Yeah.
The other thing about that location, I mean, it's like an amazing, this is really an organ that like its location, it's like they say in real estate, location.
Right.
Because there's the carotid arteries going up by there and they go right by the thyroid. And there's what's called the carotid sinus right below the thyroid slightly. Due to, in fact, I think the thyroid pressing out on the carotid, that this sinus developed, and the sinus actually picks up iodine, so that if you have low iodine or low thyroxine, then it tends to, because it's a place where there's a momentary slowdown in the circulation of blood because it's a sinus, it tends to cause plaque on the sides of that sinus, and you can get strokes from this. So there's a need to put iodine right into the blood right there. And also, this really means that one would have to say, where does the carotid go? It goes to the frontal brain. That the brain, and the frontal in particular, gets the cleanest blood in the whole organism. Maybe even the warmest blood in some ways, because iodine warms and it cleans. And it's antibacterial, antiviral, antifungal. So it's extremely protective to the brain. So location.
Yeah. And something else I was just thinking about is the vagus nerve goes through the thyroid.
Wow.
On its way down. And if y'all are interested more about vagus nerve and parasympathetic activity, check out the class Matthew and I did on the nervous system. But back to this, so anything that would trigger the vagus nerve up here is going to affect parasympathetic activity and the whole rest of the body.
Yeah.
And that would include singing.
That would include what?
Singing.
Oh, singing. Yeah.
Yeah. You mentioned singing.
Yep. You and your Southern accent there.
Oh, sorry. What did it sound like I said?
Thinking, kind of. Okay. Well, of course, there's a whole bunch of people that say, what's he talking about?
All right. Singing, folks. How about this? Singing. We went to the singing. Oh. Which it can also mean ginseng hunting. Just.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Right.
Yeah. Singing.
Great.
Yeah. Oh.
So the thyroid is a veritable location, oh yeah, Southern accents are the best. Thank you. The thyroid is in this amazing location where, as you said, whatever is going to the brain has to go past it. Whatever is in our mouth has to go past it. The vagus nerve has to go through it on its way down to the lungs and the heart. And how much more active can this be without being inside the brain itself? Because when we think about it as an endocrine gland, all the other big, important, gigantic, but not size gigantic, but in activity gigantic, the pineal, the hypothalamus, the pituitary, they're all inside the cranial structure and protected. But look, the thyroid is like outside. Yeah. It doesn't have that protection, but everything that's happening up here in one way or the other has to either go through it on the way down or through it on the way up or by it on the way up.
Yeah. And the sympathetic, the autonomic is so important. It runs all unconscious functions, which is virtually everything. And breathing, heart rate. Breathing is partly under conscious control, and heart rate is influenced a little bit by, panic and stuff like that, or relaxation, or quite a bit maybe, but unconsciously almost. But so the autonomic is extremely important. So there it is, tied into that somehow. And then we remember from last several weeks ago, our last class about iodine, that, iodine was the first antioxidant. It's antifungal, it's antimicrobial. I'm not sure if it's antiviral. Well, it is antiviral, yeah.
And antiseptic.
Yeah, yeah. And so it's just that alone is important. And even the thyroxine was originally invented before there was heat generation in the cold-blooded animals. The reptiles, the thyroid was enlarged and used to distribute iodine, and thyroxine as a hormone developed before it was used to deliver thermogenesis, before it was used to regulate heat. It was just plain spreading iodine. So that's quite remarkable.
Yeah, it is. It is. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, holy cow. It's pretty amazing.
Thanks for joining us. If you're interested in learning more, you can visit our website at matthewwoodinstituteofherbalism.com. You can find all of our social links in the description below. Also, please subscribe to our channel so you can keep up with the latest videos.